Hermitcraft Season 11 has begun and the hermits has just finished their starter bases, at least most of them. So I thought, why not rank these bases? Before we hop on to the first one, I just want to make it clear that I like all of the hermits and I think all of them are some extremely talented people, so even the quote-unquote worst one is still a good base. But hey, what is a starter base? What I count as a starter base is the first temporary home you make, and also it doesn't take too long to build it. Like, if you're building a Megabase, I wouldn't really consider that a starter base. Anyway, let's begin.
Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee.
This really doesn't feel good, but unfortunately at the last place we have Joe Hill's base. It is quite a unique base, at least the roof on the tent, which actually are made of just 2 carpets, funnily enough. The downside of the base is that it's very basic, although he has a nice little campfire that adds a lot.
That's just how Hermitcraft goes. We start with stupid plans, and then we get more stupid plans.
From one tent to another, we have Zombie Cleo's base. It is a very similar base, but a little more advanced in my opinion. And already she's using some armor stand tricks to enhance her base. Personally, I think Zombie Cleo is very good with that. But yet, this is not too crazy of a base. It is definitely a good base, and it also matches with her theme for the season, which is archaeology. The ground cover, the coarse dirt, also adds a lot.
I heard there's, I almost yelled diamonds. I almost got excited, but then I was disappointed because it's just emerald, and who cares about emeralds? Because ever since the villagers gave me emeralds, I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Now we have Skizz base, and we actually have a house this time. There are way less houses than what you would expect in a tier list like this. Anyway, the color combination is pretty good. Maybe not the best, but it's not bad at all. The windows also add some depth to it with the fences, and same with the front side. The interior isn't finished yet, at least not while I'm recording this, so that's a bit sad, and same goes for the surroundings. If those 2 things would have been done, I think it would have been a very good base.
Ha! Like a professional.
XB's base, I always like when houses have some sort of base and then there's a staircase going up to the actual house. Those always look good in my opinion, it kinda makes the house look more mighty. The walls are made of shelves and that actually looks pretty good, and I think this is the first time I see someone do that. Also, he has this farming area beneath the house with some potatoes and sugarcane and stuff like that. The lanterns also helps a lot with the base, like you can never have too many lanterns.
This is a little bit better of a starter hidey hole.
Then we have Hypno's base, which is very similar I would say, with the raised house, although I don't think this one has a staircase. It isn't finished, so maybe he'll add that, I don't know. He said he were going to make something with the base layer. And yeah, if there is something that is not the best, then it would maybe be the base layer. But that's not on him though, I chose to make this video before he was done, so. The actual house though looks very good, and I especially like this roof, I don't know what it's called, but I like that. These sort of windows with the fences, I also like that a lot. Maybe I'll steal that to my builds.
I've been around the world a couple times and maybe more. I've seen the sights, I've had delights on every foreign shore. When my friends will ask me about the place that I adore.
I feel so rude ranking these bases, but remember that these are the elites that we're ranking and all of them are so good. Anyway, Pearlescent Moon. She has built 2 fire trucks since she is the firefighter of Hermitcraft, if I'm not mistaken. This is gonna be subjective, or the entire video is subjective, but I'm not the biggest fan of vehicles in Minecraft. They're well made, and if I were to rank them as builders as a whole, then I would never do that, because I already feel bad enough making this list. But what I'm trying to say is that Pearlescent Moon is a great builder, and I don't think I need to tell you that for you to know it. I do really like that the trucks actually acts like a base with chests and furnaces and stuff like that inside. Plus, I also like the copper golem statue, it's a good detail.
You know what they say, you can't start a Hermitcraft episode out without stealing some stuff, so let's go steal some stuff.
Now we have Ijevin's pirate ship. Making a pirate ship or just any boat is incredibly difficult, and I think he managed to get a really good shape on the boat and also the sails. It matches with his pirate theme for the season, which also helps it stick out, and I think it makes for a pretty unique and interesting landmark. I like the details with this skull on the sail, the banners, and obviously the cannons. And at nighttime it looks even better.
I don't have my big plan yet, but I have some goals. I put some goals together. Everybody's putting their goal list together. Here's mine this year. Goal number 2, be mean more often.
Beat-ups is one of them people who builds are so advanced that I barely even understand what's going on. I would maybe even go as far to say that he is one of the best builders there is. Like, at least from what I've seen. When I watch him build, it's like I'm back at school listening to the math teacher and have no idea what he's talking about. Again, if I would rank him as a builder, then he would be close to the top. This base is kinda unique, cause he really focused on the surroundings with a custom-made cliff that has this shadow gradient thing, and also a custom-made tree. The building is also raised here, but with nature instead, which helps with the important feeling, the majestic feeling. The interior isn't done though, I think.
One of my new favourite things to do in Season 11 is go stand in the distance and stare at people just to make sure they know that everything is normal and a-okay.
Then we have Smallish Bean Space, where it's obvious that everything's normal. My favorite part is probably the rainbow, cause it's such a clear sign that everything's normal. Jokes aside, it's a very different sort of base from its last season. It's a very magical base and so much color. There are also hearts a little bit everywhere, even the window is heart-shaped, which is a very nice detail. He has also built the inside, which also look very good, and another rainbow. And if we go beneath the surface, we enter the laboratory, where I'm starting to get the feeling that there is something weird going on. Everything's normal. Anyway, the thing that enhanced this base a lot, for me at least, is that he has planted in some lore into the base. Not a lot, but a bit of lore, and lore/Easter eggs makes bases so much more interesting in my opinion. Before we go into the top 5, I just want to tell you that only a small percentage are actually subscribed.
Wait, have I misjudged? Have I massively misjudged? Ah! I thought they didn't know about me if I was stood on top of a wall!
Mumbo Jumbo, you are AFK. Mumbo's base. Mumbo is kinda known for redstone, and still he builds better than I do. I don't know how this works, but when you look at it, it feels like it shouldn't work. But it works. I feel like the wheat field really helps though. It feels very much like Mumbo. I don't know how a base can feel like Mumbo, but it does feel like Mumbo, or it's just me. It seems so simple, but if I would build that, then it wouldn't like...
I'm sure it won't be the largest project on the server because hermits are insane.
Wells Knight's base, it's a very simple but very good looking base with this traditional Japanese architecture. It is very accurate to the real life architecture, I would say. Obviously it's in Minecraft, so it wouldn't be like completely 100%, but it's very close. As a YouTuber, especially if you're on the Hermitcraft server, you could probably get a feeling that you have to build something grand, massive. While those things also do look cool, but I wouldn't say that there's something wrong with building smaller either. Wells Knight also built some surroundings as well as an interior, which both adds a whole lot.
What's up, everybody? Impulse SV here.
Scar's starter base? Yeah, it is a bit questionable if this is a base. I'm not quite certain, but what I am certain of is that it looks incredibly cool. It's Star Wars themed, so I assume it's supposed to be some sort of alien animal thing. For me, building something that looks alive is extremely difficult, but I think Scott nailed it perfectly.
I mean, I'll take a donkey, I guess.
Yam and I... Tay. There are two things that I build in every single world, and that is towers and it is bridges. Those two things always look so good in my opinion. It is a bit questionable if it's a starter base, but it technically meets the requirement because she's actually living in it. It is not only this gorgeous bridge, there's also the inside and the below with even more bridges. This bridge has also become a popular landmark, I feel like, and I could just wish that one day I could also build something like this.
Does this look like a Roman?
At the first place we have Corrales base. But hey, you missed some bases. It is possible that I maybe missed some bases, but the bases that are not in here either didn't count as a starter base in my definition, or I was unsure if it was supposed to be their starter base or their main mega base. Anyway, Corrales is a crazy man. His builds, it doesn't even feel like Minecraft. It looks like someone painted this or took a photo of this, and the same goes for most of his builds. And if you for even 1 second mistake a build for a photo, then you know that it's absolutely amazing. Well done, Corrales, and all the other hermits, and I really hope that I didn't offend anyone. That was never my intention. But if you enjoyed this video, then you could maybe subscribe, just maybe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees. A sheep or two or a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, a render out the front, and an old rocking chair.